doesn't have tits! That can't be a woman! Get out of here! Hello there, gang, and welcome to Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about the brand new Marvel Legends Spider-Verse Across the Spider-Verse wave. Whew! I pretty much got the right words out in the correct order, almost there. You can see this is a bit of a different sort of video, not just because I'm John McClaning it with this vest, but it's hot today. But because I don't have these action figures with me, no one does yet. Well, maybe some people do, but they're not released yet. But I want to talk about them, and I might as well talk about them now, because I'm not going to actually get them in hand. Because in Japan, these things are like rare as gold dust. Each legend costs about $60, and granted, over in the Western world, they're probably going to start costing that much pretty soon as well. But in the meantime, I can't afford to buy them, and even if I could, I wouldn't get them until about a year after the rest of the world. So instead, we're going to do a pre-review of the line, a preview. That I was trying to invent a word, and no, that word exists. It's preview. Let's preview the figures. So first of all, we've got Spider-Woman. Yes, Spider-Woman. Okay, yeah, all right. Spider-Woman. Deal with it. All right. Jeez, if I get one more comment from someone going, "Oh, it doesn't look like a woman. Oh, that's a woman. Oh, that doesn't look like a woman." Yeah. You know what, pal? People might look at you and go, "Doesn't look like a man to me." Look, this is a gigantic, hulking cyborg. All right? It's not meant to have human proportions, okay? I'm laughing so much that like people are like, "It doesn't have tits! That can't be a woman!" Get out of here. It's Spider-Woman. The gender of this creature, because it's a creature, or it is a cyborg monstrosity, Frankenstein's monster looking thing. It can be male or female. It really doesn't matter. It makes me chuckle. The world's a funny old place. You know what though? I gotta say, this is already the biggest surprise of this line. This looks really good. First of all, cards on the table, hands on the table, everything on the table. This line looked like trash when we saw the preview pictures. Not even the preview pictures, the leaked pictures, which to be fair, is not fair. Alright, you can't judge something on a blurry photo, even though that's exactly what I did, because that's what I do on this channel. I judge stuff. Normally, before I've got all the evidence. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I kind of like what I'm seeing with this entire line. I know there's a lot of detractors, and I'm going to join in with you on a lot of points, but this is definitely better than I thought it was going to be. I was bracing myself for a line of absolute cheap, crappy McDonald's toys trash, and this actually looks not that. So this Spider-Woman, all right, cyborg spider person, it's a beast. Mega figure. So it's this is another rant for another day as well though. I'm kind of upset, I'm emotionally distraught that there's no Build-A-Figure for this wave, because that's what this cyborg Spider-Woman should have been. This should have been the Build-A-Figure. And then people are saying like, "Oh Dave, like you say that you don't want to have to buy all these figures to make a Build-A-Figure, you'd rather buy them separately, and now you're complaining because there's not a Build-A-Figure piece. What do you want? What's going to make you happy?" Well, I'll tell you what would make me happy. Not having Build-A-Figure pieces and having a reduced price because of that. Because that was the argument I was always trying to give, was like, don't include the Build-A-Figure pieces because that bumps up the cost. Let us just buy it separately if we want it. Because that's also what Hasbro would say. They're like, "Hey, yo, we got to factor in the cost of the Build-A-Figure. That's why it costs what it costs." Well, then what happens when you take away the Build-A-Figure and they still cost the same amount? Where's that money going? I'll tell you where it's going. It's going on the executive's holiday to Tahiti. That's where that money's going, okay? So that's why I'm annoyed, because you're taking away the Build-A-Figure pieces, but you're not reducing the price. You're not playing fair. That's my rant, and I'm going to finish with that, because now we've got to talk about Spider-Woman, who I think looks awesome. I love it. This Mad Max post-apocalyptic crazy design. Oh, if I was still building out a Spider-Verse, which I'm not anymore, but if I was, this would be a 100% buy. Absolutely. I think that this figure, I'm getting sort of feelings of Spider-Hulk and Man-Spider. What's up, everybody? I'm a Man-Spider. Want to do something with this? I think it looks great. I love the Mad Max post-apocalyptic aesthetic. I think it's just cool. They could have gone even harder with it, but hey, that's what the animators decided, and I think it works. The big, huge arm cannon looks like the dude from Final Fantasy VII. I don't like the fact that it looks like there's no articulation in the elbow. I don't think. Like, it's a straight up just this is all you can do, but it is what it is. I guess just the physics of how the gun is designed doesn't account for an elbow joint, I guess. I don't know. I would have liked it if like the gun barrel was from the elbow down, so you could just get some more dynamic looking poses with it. That notwithstanding, though, you look at the rest of the figure. I love the porcupine spikes on the shoulder pad, full on LOD. What a rush! Total Legion of Doom Road Warriors type of aesthetic going on there. And then just the chains and the gnarly patches and the armor on the face. I dig it, man. Can you tell? I really, really like the look of this figure. And that's why if I did encounter it, I'd be waiting for a price drop. Because, I don't know, I will always play the long game with Marvel Legends now. You know, buying brand new, hot off the shelf, nah, I'm out, not worth it. But if you can just wait, gird your loins, hold on a year or two, not even that, sometimes 6 months, wait for them to go on sale, then boom, scoop them all up. Because this is going, I don't have the price off the top of my head, but like $50, $60? This is crazy. Stupid crazy. Stupid crazy money. I mean, I'll say it right now. Don't go in the comments going, oh, look at Dave saying how much he loves Marvel. No, overpriced. All right, because yeah, I get that all the time. No matter how much I bash Marvel Legends, I still get people in the comments going, "Oh, look at this Hasbro shill! Oh, saying this plastic crap is worth money." I'm not. Okay, you can like something and still think it's not worth the money. Like, you can enjoy model behavior, but not think it's worth the Patreon, even though it clearly is. Join the Patreon. But still, that's what it is. I can love what figures look like, but you slap a $30 price sticker in front of it, I'm like, I don't need it. So this thing, not worth the $50 or $60, but if it drops down to like maybe 30 or so, oh, I could be tempted, because this Spider-Woman with the chains around as well, I really love all the attention to detail on the boots as well, the straps, the laces, the tongue, like, it's a lot of work that's gone into this. I really think that when I just saw the initial pictures, I was like, that really does look like a kid's Tonka toy. That looks like trash. And then seeing these nice high-res, properly posed images, amazing what things look like when you actually see what the company would like you to see and not just some random little peekaboo type snapshot. I think, yeah, it looks great. The amount of detail and sculpting on there, really, really dig it. The only thing slightly lacking is the paintwork. It's very, very flat. Looks like, you know, the blue and red is just blue and red plastic. There's not. Oh, if you gave a little dry brush, a little wash, bring out some of those more gruesome kind of, you know, Road Warrior sort of aesthetics. Oh, I want to see some customs, man. I want to see people take this and then really zhuzh up the paintwork. We shouldn't have to. By the way, we shouldn't have to do that ourselves. Not for that price. Not for $60. But if people do, God bless you, go join the Model Behaviour Facebook page and post your custom pictures. I'm getting all the plugs in today. I'd say buy a t-shirt too, but I'm not even wearing one to show one off. So, yeah, don't worry about that. But yeah, this Spider-Woman, really, really strong start to this wave. Then we got Jessica Drew. Wait, are they both called Spider-Woman? No, she's just called Jessica Drew. And again, super animated kind of style. And I like that. I like the fact that this isn't just a generic Marvel Legend female body. This is all, I mean, say what you will about the look and design of these characters. They're all unique. It's all unique sculpting, pinless stuff going on here. This is kind of what we were wanting. It might not be the style that we were after, But it's absolutely what we want put into the action figures. Maybe some more accessories and better paintwork would be nice too. But pinless joints, brand new molds and sculpts, there's a lot going for that. I love her glasses. You got the clear lenses in there so you can see her eyes through there. And also, even though it's a highly animated, cartoony style, just the face kind of harkens to like a type of face that I'm like, yeah, I know people who kind of look like that, but human versions, not cartoons. And I really love it. It's just representation of different people, different bodies. The hair, man, just having this kind of hair on display, you don't get that, you know? How many Marvel characters, Marvel legends have just this kind of unique diversity in their designs and their looks? You've got Monica Rambeau, actually. I'm a big fan of Monica Rambeau, the original one with the trench coat. She had cool hair. But yeah, this Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, I think she looks really great. I love the black and red with a little yellow, the color design scheme. That's really cool. The different design schemes, you can keep those for different alternate versions of Jessica Drew. 616 Jessica Drew should always be in the red and yellow leotard. Just for me, I think that's the Spider-Woman that I want to see. See, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh no, these costumes need to be more practical. They shouldn't be this skin-tight nonsense. No, I'm all for that. Put Jessica Drew in that painted-on skin-tight costume. I'm okay with that. But this ain't the 616 Jessica Drew. This is Spider-Verse Jessica Drew, and I really, really like what they've done with her. Now we got the main man himself of Spider-Verse, Miles Morales, and this is kind of what people did want. We had the shorts and hoodie version from the original wave. Now we've got the full-on, proper Miles, and he looks good. Why am I talking like this? And he looks good. He really does. Again, a really nice cartoon representation of the action figure. Love the texture on the suit. That's really nice. Not just painted on, not just slapped on there and banged out the door, but actually properly sculpted in details on the suit. Oh, if only some of our 616 characters could get that, then I'd be all in once again. You would have brought me back, Marvel Legends, but you keep refusing to. You just keep repainting the same old bucks and not even doing it accurately. Spider-Man Beyond Ben Reilly. Look at me, I'm garbling my words, choking on my own rage over here. But no, well, that was a good Mo voice. Anyway, back to this figure that I'm talking about. I lost it. Miles Morales looks excellent. I really like the look of the head. A little bit spindly-bindly, and that's a little bit of a problem for me when I'm paying so much for action figures, hypothetically paying so much for action figures. Not buying these, just talking about them. I want some more chonk from my bonk, is what I'm saying. If I'm paying this bonk, that's not a term for cash, it is now. If I'm paying all the bonk, I want more chonk. And I'm not getting that from Miles because he is a spindly-bindly sort of character. So I'm like, really? This is like $30 worth? Oh, I don't know about that. But the design, I like. I think it looks good. They done him, what's the word? They done right by him. We'll go with that. Then we have Peter B. Parker and our first full-on swing and a miss for this wave. What's the point in this guy? Well, it's a lesser version of the one we got from the first Spider-Verse movie. First Spider-Verse, Peter B. Parker figure, really, really great. Had the full-on track pants, the jacket, they had the sippy cup, he had the unmasked, mask pulled back kind of different face swaps. So good. This just feels like less. And one thing I will say though, a little caveat to what I was saying before, no Build-A-Figure piece means you don't need to get him if you don't want him. So I would just simply say I wouldn't bother getting him because the design looks that this is the most McDonald's Happy Meal looking kind of toy in the line. I think this looks very underwhelming, pretty unimpressive. It just doesn't look good. If you want a Peter B. Parker, then go buy the one from the original Spider-Verse movie. That's such a great figure, really nice. This just feels like less. It feels cheap. Not much paintwork going on there. I was living my life, being perfectly whelmed, and then I saw that figure, and suddenly I was underwhelmed. So there you go. Thanks a lot, Peter B. Parker. I'm now living in a state of underwhelmedness. Not a good figure for the line. And now we got Gwen Stacy, Ghost Spider, and Fine. Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have one from the previous movie, then this would be better. You know, it would be more of an essential purchase. But if you've got that original one, you really need to upgrade this. Slightly nicer body, I guess, but you'd be paying a fair bit of money for just, you know, some very, very minor little tweaks, which ultimately for me, I'd be like, nah, sorry, mate, I've got this Gwen. Don't need two. Surplus to requirements is what I'm saying. Because at least with Miles is a good transition from the original Spider-Verse to proper Spider-Man costume, superhero, Miles Morales. That's a really good transition. This Gwen, on the other hand, not so much. It's just a very, very minor tweak and upgrade, which I don't have any problem with because it's a decent figure, got the different heads and whatnot, so great. You know, the unmasked head looks really good, really not toyetic, cartoony, very stylized, quite Disney-ish. Got a bit of a Disney princess kind of vibe going there, and I like it. I really, really dig it. So if you don't have the original Gwen, then this is a really good purchase. I think looks nice, and again, I haven't even mentioned the packaging itself. Really, really like it. Bright, bold, colorful, pops off the shelf. That's awesome. But yeah, only get this Gwen if you don't have the original one, but she does look decent. Then we got what was a very contentious figure when the pictures came out, Spider-Man 2099. Of all the super stylized, cartoony, weird-looking shapes and forms and bodies, this was also one of them. But he was the most kind of egregious, where people were like, wow, what? This is a weird, cheap, nasty-looking figure. And now we see the proper high-res pictures, nicely posed with good lighting, and it looks better. I think it looks better. It doesn't look amazing, but I can deal with it. You know, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I think that the proportions, like the huge, big, puffed out chest and the big shoulders and the little waist, very Paul Dini Batman animated series kind of look. And I quite like it. That's the fun thing about the whole Spider-Verse concept, is it's different universes where people kind of look a little bit different, a little bit unusual. You mix things up, you in, out, shake it all about, and you get these unique kind of character designs. And I dig it. I do rather dig it. Would I like a proper 616 nice version of Spider-Man 2099? Yeah, of course I would. But this ain't that. This is something else. It's its own thing. And I like what I'm seeing. Not all of what I'm seeing, though, however. No butterfly joints or anything. Just the Sunfire style old Bucky Cap sort of shoulders. There's not as much sort of movement for posability and articulation, which is a shame. And that is where he does start to feel like that dreaded McDonald's Happy Meal toy again. We're going in that direction, so he's not one of the strongest ones of the line, I'll say, especially with the disc hips as well. That feels like they cut a few corners. I do really like the big long blades on the arms. Those are really cool. The translucent, well, yeah, it is translucent spider web on the back. That's a nice kind of size as well. It works as like, it's smaller than a cape, but bigger than a handkerchief. That's just what you want. That's a happy medium there. So there's a lot that I like. Not a perfect figure though. Definitely a lower one on the general grading spectrum thing. We're doing a general grading spectrum thing now. Just invented it. And now, guys, we got a real contentious one. It is SpiderPunk. And of all the weird, crazy kind of designs, this is arguably the weirdest and the craziest because it's so sketchy. Like, it looks like someone has scribbled it on the back of a notebook. And again, I like the fact that it's so weird. But do I want it on my shelf? I don't know. Again, not for the price. That's the go-to thing we're always going to be saying here. They're good, but they're overpriced. But what you do get is unusual. I've said it before. It's weird, it's unusual, and I like it. I like the aesthetic. It would be nice if there was an unmasked head, but you know what? I don't even know if he appears unmasked in the film. We don't know that. We have yet to find out. Even though, it doesn't really matter. It's just, I just like extra heads. It just feels like a, bit of an extra sign of quality. But we've got some extra hands though, so we can throw up the devil horns. I like the actual articulation, or not articulation, but the posing of the fingers. Like, it looks like he is actually playing a guitar. I don't play guitar, so like that's me playing guitar there. Something like that. So I like that they've put the extra effort into making it look sort of accurate. Maybe a musician can go, yeah, he's playing a D chord. I don't know. But also the amount of detail on him is really quite striking. You take a look at his vest with all the badges and buckles and belts and zips and pockets. There's a lot going on there. And then going down to the guitar itself as well. And the way that this really sort of stands out is because the rest of his body, with the spider costume itself, it's very plain. A lot of stark white on the big wide eyes. So then when you narrow in and focus on this hyper detailed bits of accessory, it kind of plays off against each other, and I like that juxtaposition. I don't know, as a piece of merchandise, I dig it. Would I want to have him standing side by side with my other regular Marvel Legends? Hell no! Doesn't fit in the slightest, unless you have a Spider-Verse display, and that's the joy of the Spider-Verse. You could have talking pigs, you got Spider-Ham, Spider-Noir, or anything weird and bizarre you can have in the Spider-Verse, and it works. So with that being considered, this range of figures, if you're putting them in a Spider-Verse, the more I'm thinking about it now, it's actually great, because if you have a Marvel Legends Spider-Verse display, besides the first wave of Spider-Verse figures that are a little bit cartoonified, they all fit pretty much the general Marvel Legends mold. You got a lot of Bucky caps, you got some pizza Spider-Man, it's all fairly generic. But then you bring in all these guys, you got Spider-Woman with the big hulking cyborg look, you've got all these very, very stylized looking characters. Suddenly, that Spider-Verse display is looking way more interesting. I kind of like it. What can I say? I'm gravitating towards it. Again, no pins, all nice new sculpting. There's a lot to like. Really, the only thing, two things, all right, you can credibly dislike. The price, that's the big one. And the other one is just aesthetically, if you just don't visually like the look, the design, that's fair enough. But I wouldn't come out here and say it's a bad figure, because I don't think it is. And then finally, rounding out the wave, we have what a lot of people are calling the dad bod spot. And again, it's kind of fun. If you want a 616 spot, no, this isn't going to scratch that itch at all. We still got to wait for that, because this guy don't belong in the 616. Looks very weird and hyper unusual. Unusual is the word coming up there. I should have done a counter for like, bing, unusual. Well done, Dave. Time to get yourself a thesaurus. But what they have done here, again, I kind of like it. I don't think it's great, but I'm sure that this is what the spot looks like in the animated movie. And if that's what he looks like in the animated movie, and he's a prominent villain, well, it's kind of Hasbro's job to recreate that accurately. And I think that's probably pretty accurate. And not only have they done that, they've thrown in a couple of fun accessories as well. You've got the sliced off Miles Morales Spider-Man head coming out of the spot portal there, the hand as well. Nice touches, nice little bits. They could have thrown in like some extra little black portals that could port into empty arms, if you know what I mean. So you've got him punching into a portal and then punching out. Maybe I'm over-egging the cake on that one, but I think that would have been a nice little touch. Be that as it may though, I like what's going on here. There's not much else to report on it besides the fact that the unusual proportions, like he looks freaky. He looks like a freaky, deaky, creepy character. I wouldn't want this guy babysitting my kids. So this is something that's like, the Spot is kind of a creepy character. I mean, someone who can open up a portal and just walk into anywhere he wants, that's a little bit unsettling. And this looks like they're kind of going in that direction maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe he'll just be a complete goofball. I mean, it is the animated Spider-Verse movie after all. I don't think they're going to get too intense. But then again, those Prowler scenes in the first movie, like... It was on like Donkey Kong when that guy showed up. Man, I gotta watch that movie again. That really is good, isn't it? This sequel's going to be off the charts, I can tell you. I don't want to build expectations up too much, but I think we're all in for a good time. And yeah, I think that does it for the wave. And folks, that does it for my preview. Yeah, it is a word. My preview of the Across the Spider-Verse wave. Guys, what do you think about these figures? What did you think about my various rants and tangents? I had a couple this time around. So yeah, comment below, let me know, because I'm always really interested in the feedback, even if it's people saying, oh, look at this Marvel shill saying that, things are good when they are not good, they are bad, but he says they are good. Honestly, thank the Lord for the YouTube comment filter. I just don't check it anymore. It makes my life so much happier. So gang, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, subscribe and join the Facebook group and the Instagram as well, and screw it, join Patreon too, throw some money at me, that would be awesome. I could maybe afford to buy some of these Marvel Legends. So until next time, keep displaying model behavior.